My brothers and sisters in Christ, as always, I hope this midweek message finds you and your families happy, healthy, holy, and wise. This week, wish you a particularly Merry Christmas, as a reminder that Christmas is not a day, it's a season that is just underway for us. And so in that light, before getting to things happening here at the parish, as always on Christmas itself, the Holy Father in Rome gives his Urbi et Orbi message and blessing to the city and to the world. And so this year, Pope Francis, of course, as always, gave special attention to peace in places of war, such as Ukraine, as well as the particular concern for migrants, refugees, the poor, the marginalized, our need to take the great gift of Christmas and extend it to those in most need. But he also spoke more broadly in the sense of the gift of Jesus at Christmas as the gift of peace. He said, Jesus Christ is also the way of peace. By his incarnation, passion, death, and resurrection, he has opened the way that leads from a world closed in on itself and oppressed by the dark shadows of enmity and war to a world that is open and free to live in fraternity and peace. Let us follow that road. And so that message kicked off what is a wonderful season, not just of activities, but as we reflect on the gift of the Word made flesh, Jesus come into our midst. So we very joyfully began our own season of Christmas here at the Co-Cathedral with the celebration of all of our Christmas Masses, some with our bishops. We got to see so many of you, your families, and so many visitors from out of town. And so the season has just begun. We've quickly followed the solemnity of the Nativity of the Lord with the Feast of Saint Stephen, the Feast of St. John the Evangelist today, the Feast of the Holy Martyrs, of the Holy Innocents. And we go on through this octave of Christmas, and then all the way up until Mary, Mother of God, this upcoming Sunday, the following Sunday with the feast, the Solemnity of the Epiphany. It just keeps going. And so, as one reminder of the Christmas schedule, while we were on a different schedule for Christmas itself, even though it fell on a Sunday, next weekend for the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, we will be on our standard Saturday-Sunday Mass schedule. So, it's a holy day of obligation, but this year it falls on a Sunday anyways. So whatever your normal Mass time would be, please join us, and we'll have the celebration for Mary, Mother of God. As I said, that following Sunday, we'll have on the weekend of January 7th and 8th will be the Solemnity of the Epiphany, the great conclusion to the season of Christmas. And with that, we'll have not only the restoration of the chalice for Holy Communion to the faithful, as Cardinal DiNardo has asked of us, but we also have the occasion to celebrate the sacrament of confirmation. Each year, the Archdiocese at Epiphany and at Pentecost celebrates adult confirmation in regional masses, where those who have been prepared go and the bishops travel. And of course, being the Cathedral Church, we're one of those sites. So this is a wonderful reminder that not only will there be adults from around the diocese gathered here to be confirmed on Sunday, January 8th, but that formation for those needing confirmation is underway. That's true both for adults who are beginning adult confirmation processes, as well as for our young people. For those who have done their requisite catechesis and are ready for particular sacramental preparation, please go online, sign up, or call into the office and talk to Carmen Benitez, Fabi Lopez to make sure that your high schooler is ready and signed up for preparation for the sacrament of confirmation. On top of that, ending on the weekend of the Epiphany of the Lord, January 7th and 8th, from now until then, our outreach ministry is doing our cereal drive. And so that's done through the efforts of Ronald McDonald House. If you bring in any unopened, unexpired boxes of cereal, those can be dropped off in the church or here at the Cathedral Center up through January 8th. That will help those in need through the Ronald McDonald House. In addition to some of these things, right before we get to the Epiphany, we'll have our next First Friday. Our First Friday presentation on January 6th will have Father Luke Millette, who's our judicial vicar in the Archdiocese, with us. This is actually a reschedule of the talk he was supposed to give last year before the February winter storm canceled it. This is the talk that's titled, The Spirituality of Law, Do Lawyers Have a Soul? This tongue-in-cheek title is to look more about how we bring together things of law and legal observance with spirituality in our life of faith. So be sure to join us for First Friday, January 6th, Mass at 6:30, dinner at 7:30, and the talk commencing at 8:15 p.m. here in the Cathedral Center. I mentioned a couple minutes ago that for the Solemnity of the Epiphany on January 7th and 8th, the restoration of the chalice for people to be able to receive the precious blood. In light of that, we are in need, and we haven't had need for extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion since the start of the pandemic, but with the restoration of the chalice, we'll be back to needing those who are willing to serve as extraordinary ministers. So we had a training in December for both those who were already trained in the past and for those who newly wanted to be trained. We will have a makeup training on Saturday, January 14th from 10 a.m. to noon in the church. That'll be for extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion as well as for lectors as well. So please be sure to sign up to come for that training if you wish to serve as a liturgical minister. And then finally, as a tease, coming up, we're still a little more than a month away, but the season of Christmas, as we always talk about, has a couple different ways we can reckon it. There's, of course, the day of Christmas itself. There is the octave of Christmas, 8 days that run through New Year's. There's the traditional 12 days of Christmas that run through the traditional dating of the Epiphany on January 6th. There's the liturgical season of Christmas that runs through the Feast of the Baptism of the Lord, which this year is on Monday, January 9th. And then there's the very traditional calendar that sees Christmas running all the way up through the Feast of the Presentation of the Lord, which is on February 2nd each year. And so as we look way out on this, it therefore is not too soon to talk about our upcoming couples retreat on February 4th, which is a Saturday this year. Saturday, February 4th, we'll have the next iteration of our couples retreat for those couples being prepared for marriage, as well as open to any couple who want to go through this process of marriage enrichment. We'll have a wonderful slate of speakers, time for adoration and confession throughout the day on that Saturday, February 4th. Please look for more information online on how you can sign up for the wedding feast, yours and the Lord's. It's Christmas, there's a whole lot going on, but there's a whole lot of gifts to unpack. The mystery that the Word indeed has been made flesh and come to dwell among us. So let's keep each other in prayer, and as always, O Sacred Heart of Jesus, we place all our trust in you. Amen.